Well, the guy that's fixing to talk, he's the guy who initiated this series, so let's go find him. Oh, there he is.
Well, thanks to Ross Taylor for making it all happen, though. And thanks to Ken and Paul for being on this bill. What a time to share some space. I'm gonna read y'all some poems. This first one is called The Stake, S-T-E-A-K, of Getting It On. The Maginot Lines. Wow, this is gonna be hard to read with these, okay, that's foggy.
Doesn't work with the mask on.
Huh?
It's hard to read with the mask on.
It sure is. Okay. All right. The more gargoyles you swing and hiss at, and then open your chest to, the less likely the ventriloquist is to take his hand out of your back. Mirrors are a bench. Mirrors are a bench. Mirrors are a bitch to move because they reflect you. I never thought I'd be one of those people that get inside a boat that's built inside a bottle. And I haven't been. But I did just blow up a balloon. Mirrors are a bench. Mirrors are a bench. Mirrors are a bitch to move because they reflect you. I leave a packet of matches in all of my potted plants, just in case they want to set themselves on fire. Mirrors are a bitch. Mirrors are a bitch. Mirrors are a bitch to move because they reflect you. I don't support the troops, and I've got proof. After arriving at the bridge to nowhere on the Wanganui River, the guy brought out 2 bags of cookies, 1 butter, 1 Anzac. I tried the Anzac cookies. Coconut. I wrote down, Anzac means coconut. Mirrors are a bitch. Mirrors are a bitch. All right, this one's for all the musicians in the house. It's called Alphonse Mouzon, Picnics with Us. Even though I'm 3/4 sore, I was just the 4th choice at the Bolshoi Ballet. This one's called Bakery Breakdown. You'll see that there's a through line of food in some of these that I chose for tonight, and I'll explain why once we've digested a little bit more. I'm changing my mind, I want some of this bread. Oh shit, it's rock hard. I should have had it yesterday instead. Yesterday instead. I'm changing my mind, I'm done with all dread. Oh shit, it's still there. I should have started yesterday instead. Yesterday instead. Gratitude. When I'm watching cannibals in action, I start to really appreciate what I've still got. Now, I started writing this series of food-based things almost 20 years ago because I started getting freaked out that the highest level of aesthetic experience that it seemed like people were talking about were culinary experiences. And I thought, you know, that has a bit of built-in exclusivity to it that I don't like, as well as some other philosophical problems. not to mention the diminishment of other kinds of aesthetic experience. So I started to use the materials of food as fodder to play with in language. So this is a little bit of a longer one called Accounting for Taste. Oh boy, I gotta defog again. I'm starting a pain in the butt marathon. It'll run from Shaka to Khan. My growing dyspepsia requires you and me to inject a Boston haddock with impending doom like static. So brush off the sexual stirrups and prepare an orifice with Europe. Squeeze the angel from the inside, lie down napping on a French fry. 3 items on the menu immediately caught my attention: the Hefner salad, the presidential cornflakes, and the Bogota lettuce wraps. The Hefner salad features crushed cranberries alongside halved macadamia nuts that have sat overnight in Armagnac, plus peapod jackets filled with herring roe, all atop equally sliced 4-inch by 1-inch strips of butter lettuce, served on a bed of flattened kiwi skins without silverware. You use your hands and your tongue. The salad is topped with a kiwi and black cauliflower puree. The presidential cornflakes are a melange of deep-fried whiskers from every animal that can grow them back with little to no discomfort. Cats, catfish, guinea pigs, rabbits, dogs, mice, lions, gerbils, and the occasional walrus when available. Instead of cow's milk, the whiskers and cornflakes sit in a patent-pending blend of goat and coconut milk. A river of honey sluices through the white lake. 1 bowl of wine, frozen, breaded, then fried, garnishes. Yes, I'm gonna tell you about the Bogota lettuce wraps too. You're better when you're new, a better person that is. The Bogota lettuce wraps contain mashed blackberries sprinkled with poppy seeds and sea salt crystals, surrounded by quinoa boiled in beet juice. It's easy to see why children cry. There's a cockroach that lives in the potpourri bowl in my ex-stepmom's bathroom. It's easy to see why children cry. Now, when I'm in the mood for something puckering, an inverted lamb's wool croquette is my dish. The wrap starts with the brushing of your fully stripped self with egg wash. You are then rolled into a body-length rice paper sheet that has had white nectarine skin sewn onto the inside and burnt toast charcoal microcrumbs molassoed to the outside. Incisions are made for all of your orifice, and your hair is protected by a collard green bonnet. Your server mists you with a succession of oils beginning with practically scalding canola, moving to very hot peanut, then saute sizzle safflower, sunburned sesame, lukewarm walnut, and finishing with iced olive. As the mists proceed, the rice paper is seared onto your skin, stimulatingly singed, quickly cooked, gradually soaked, then refreshingly slithered off by the cold olive oil in combo with a gentle shimmy. The entree continues with a fitting of 2 giant steroid-pumped olives over each fist. Each olive is then tied securely over each hand with the net-like stomach lining of a small bison. A baked potato is served on a plate in front of you, and it is your pleasure to handle the scorched, crusty skin of the potato with your glossy-tipped olive fists. You are not allowed to reach with your teeth toward the potato until it is fully suspended over your plate, solely utilizing the force of your olive grip. Jumble, bob, and bite. It's a 3-oval crescendo. go from sexual pink to purple browns. Pipes in hollows, pimentos in olives, all over town. Kitchen alley theater, up and down. Fingers in a bowling ball, epidermal cholesterol. Necks and elbows cuddled raw, legs wrapped round. Grays and blues, like whispering teeth. Pillow perfectly crunched, back to barbecue pork pink. Across town, a head is pulled back, the mouth open. A server takes an oyster shell and scrapes it caressingly inside the diner's mouth, across the interior cheeks. A sharpened fishbone is pressed into the tongue, not puncturing the skin, but enough to sting stiffly, eliciting a mildly sore throbbing. The mouth stays open so long, like when at the dentist's office, that the muscles get tired, attempt to relax, and are prevented from doing so. At the moment the server feels the diner has had enough of the fishbone tongue nerve stimulation, another server drops a succession of salmon eggs into the mouth. After they've collected in the soggy cavern underneath the tongue, the server with the fishbone pops each one individually, showering the salivary glands with salty seawater fish fetus protein. As the diner attempts to swallow the flavor, two other servers grasp the diner's neck and squeeze soft enough so that he can breathe, but hard enough so that he can't swallow. The salivation level rises, engulfing the tongue cavern. The head is leaned farther back so none of the mouth liquid can overflow and dribble down the chin. When the cheeks begin to flare and pulse, a dehydrated morel mushroom is swabbed around the inside of the mouth, soaking up the nutrient-rich spit. That mushroom is immediately secured away into a sealed glass jar to be taken home as a souvenir back to nature infusion. When there is no more discernible liquid left in the mouth, the slather begins. The arms of the diner are buffed free of hair and dipped into a tempered honey solution. 35% honey, 60% water, 5% pureed rice. This solution will fasten the slather in place. Applied to the arms in swift strokes of spatula fever, Amazonian nut butter. Brazil nuts, pine nuts, and coconuts emulsified with insect organ meat. Beetles are easiest to remove the shells from, and many spiders have a high organ-to-body weight ratio. Ants are cathartic, but should only be used as a last resort because of corralling issues. A litter of soon-to-be domesticated, fingers crossed, wolf puppies are escorted in to lick off this butter. Sandpaper slobber. Once the arms are clean and glistening and a little raw from the 9-tongued onslaught, the servers coat the inside of the diner's mouth with the beeswax rosin and then roast a peanut between the cheeks on a toothpick spit. Anchovy tickle in the armpit, Twinkie filling shampoo, a drop of bacon fat squeezed onto apple slice chomped in cinnamon stew, chili dusted sesame seeds tucked into duck breast foam, egg in a waxy cup slurped through a paper straw, hungry, always at home. Corn kernel rainbow parade, lime and pickle marinade, monkey-free meat, lollipop wheat, strands of charcuterie, barbecue jewelry, sap-dripping teat, whiskey sweet leek, the finality of receipt. All those and more are available in this particular booklet over there. Taking a shit versus giving one. When you take a shit, you let one go. When you give a shit, you prevent the placement of shit anywhere near where you were giving it. This is an ecology of savings. Potlatched and spatchcocked. Don't give me no soggy bread. You could kill this good thing we got going with soggy bread. According to the way I'm sensing you out, you'd like to know that I recently read that the DIY aesthetic is very attractive to young people because of the virtual world they soggy bread.
That's the bread under the barbecue, right?
Yeah, you don't want it.
Yeah. I agree. Sorry.
No, it's
Sorry.
when the chef speaks, we listen. Cut a spider by its web, catch it in the glass, pour a stout, rewind, combine. Now that's a drink with legs, and there's nothing soggy about that. They auditioned over 70 people for the voice of the boy oing 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 in a YouTube video about a trampoline sex scandal. Woof. The guy that they chose said he had taught himself to be ambidextrous by lifting all of Ottolenghi's cookbooks and calling himself chairman of all falafel. He got a tattoo of soggy bread. Your soul would stick out everywhere if it was in my body, and we might both like that. Nothing says 4th of July like buche from a dog's mouth. Meanwhile, everything says Labor Day. As two Zens don't make a philosophy, just wrongdoing. Wrong. I mix up goblet and gauntlet, then accidentally break a lot of elegant drinking vessels. I still want as much water as Satan will allow, despite not being a member of the first generation to value cruelty-free toiletries. X-rays are, thus, my favorite clothes. Oh, I couldn't not do this one tonight. A hiccup in your hand job. There's only one thing brothels, high-end escort services, and public park prostitutes agree is 100% too perverted to request. Absolutely unavailable at all times with all employees. It's too perverted. It's the perversion of the attraction to thick New England accents. Don't ask for it, even as a joke. It's fucking gross. The perversion of the attraction to thick New England accents is undebatably too extreme a perversion for American and non-American sex workers. Put yourself in their position. The perversion of the attraction to thick New England accents is a wicked horror in a carriage of horrors, accelerating without a directional into a spewing bubbler of horror. Don't discuss the sex worker. Don't get off on a New England accent. And I think I'm going to make this next one the last one. I think it's appropriate. Secrets in spring secrete in fall. We're going double Johannes Crowder, double Johannes Crowder, double Johannes Crowder today. We're going double Johannes Crowder, double Johannes Crowder, double Johannes Crowder today. We're going double Johannes Crowder, double Johannes Crowder, double Johannes Crowder today. We've gone double Johannes Crowder, double Johannes Crowder, double Johannes Crowder tonight. Thank you very much for listening.